Boris Johnson has launched a thinly veiled dig at the EU's behaviour in a row over coronavirus vaccines as he hailed Britain's vaccine rollout. The might of global Britain post-Brexit has been demonstrated by the rollout of the Oxford University AstraZeneca vaccine across the world, the Prime Minister said. He praised the UK for leading the way after striking a deal that would allow the jab to be distributed at cost. Mr. Johnson said the deal struck by Westminster would help achieve immunity from coronavirus across the globe. In a pointed dig at the EU's row with AstraZeneca, he added post-Brexit Britain would not swagger or strike attitudes but use its force for good. Brussels has had a frictious relationship with the drug's manufacturer so far, with tensions ramped up a notch yesterday when several EU states suspended the use of the vaccine due to concerns over blood clots in a small number of people who had received the jab. Both the European Medicines Agency and the World Health Organization have continued to say the vaccine is safe for use, raising eyebrows as to whether more political motives lie behind the suspension. Tensions between AstraZeneca and the EU exploded in January when the drugs company said deliveries to the continent would be lower than promised for several months. In the weeks that followed, a series of negative briefings were made about the Oxford vaccines, including French President Emmanuel Macron claiming it was quasi-ineffective in older people. Mr. Johnson has promised Britain will use its power to prevent such squabbling undermining the response to future global pandemics. The objective of global Britain is not to swagger or strike attitudes on the world stage. It is to use the full spectrum of our abilities, now amplified by record spending on both defense and science, to engage with and help the rest of the world, he wrote in The Times. The UK is using its G7 presidency to foster ideas for a new world treaty on pandemic preparedness so that next time humanity avoids the soft keep it squabbling that has disfigured the last 12 months. There is work to be done on the sharing of data, on the tracking of zoonotic diseases, on quarantine protocols and how to marshal drugs and personal protective equipment.